Welcome back to Pulsechain, everyone. Today, I have an interesting video. I'm in Dubai right now, and there is a huge crypto conference happening here. It's called Crypto Dubai Expo. There are like 5,000 people coming here to talk about Bitcoin and the performance of all the other assets in crypto. I will be going there and I'll be talking to people and asking them if they know about Pulsechain, Richard Hart, and the entire ecosystem. We'll see what the mainstream crypto ecosystem thinks about Pulsechain and if we are still early or do people already know about the chain. So I don't think anyone has done this before. This will be an interesting video. I will be speaking to a bunch of people and I'll edit it and put the best clips only. And I even suited up for this event. When you're representing something, you have to look good. So I wore a proper blazer for this, and let's see what happens. We have Simon with us, and can you say your full name?
Simon, Szymon Zysk.
Okay.
I'm from Poland.
And what does Zysk mean? Say it.
Zysk in Poland, in Polish, means it's profit. So my surname is like profit.
Okay. Yeah. So, and you run a Bitcoin mining company, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am part of that company.
You're part of the company.
Exactly.
Yes.
Running it with my three colleagues, partners
Okay.
here.
Yeah. So, and you like Ethereum. You've been investing for a while, and you trade meme coins on Ethereum.
Yeah, exactly. That's my main thing in crypto. I am Dijon, and my main blockchain that I'm operating on is Ethereum, layer 1 mostly. I love Ethereum because safety, mostly safety, and like it's OG.
Yesterday we spoke a little about Pulsechain and that ecosystem, and I told you about Richard Hart.
Exactly.
So, like generally, what do you think about Richard Hart, Pulsechain, and the Hex ecosystem?
So what I thought like recently, I really praise this kind of communities because community is a key in crypto, especially when the capital meets with each other.
Yeah.
And you're like making a sign with other people with the same values and the same views on that kind of things.
Yeah.
You're able to go very up. And I think that your community, Pulsechain community, has a very big chance to like win this cycle.
Yeah.
And I really hope that you're gonna make that.
Yeah, there are like 200,000 cult followers of the ecosystem, and I'll show you why Pulsechain is bullish. Well, you know most of it. Well, this is the 2021 screenshot.
Yeah.
The first largest coin was Bitcoin. The second was Ethereum, and Hex had a market cap of 286 billion at the top of the 2021 bull market.
Yeah.
And recently, judge dismisses SEC case against Hex founder Richard Hart. He defeated the SEC as well.
Yeah, I've heard about this. That's a big win for you guys.
He beat the SEC, and of course, you know this. Who holds the largest Ethereum on the planet?
Yeah, you've shown me that,
Yeah.
and I'm very curious how this happened, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, he raised $1.5 billion for building Pulsechain, Pulsex, and with that he just bought Ethereum. But the problem is he bought Ethereum at $3,700.
Very reasonable price.
I mean, he's down like 30%. He's down $200 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it will recover.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, the thing,
88 this year.
Yeah, yeah. People believe when it goes to like $6,000 or $8,000, he will dump Ethereum and move everything back into Pulsechain, like he did in 2021. He sold his Ethereum Bitcoin and he bought more Hex, and he pumped the shit out of Hex. That's what people believe will happen now.
Okay,
So
that's a pretty nice.
pretty reasonable.
Yeah, pretty reasonable, of course.
Yeah, the thing is here. The title of this video is he's richer than Elon Musk here, because at that point he had 90% of the Hex supply, so he was worth like $250 billion.
Surely.
Yeah, but after I showed you all this data about him defeating the SEC, about him having more money than most of the people we know, and about him like being like this controversial figure, what do you think will happen to the price of Pulsechain in the coming years?
To be honest, after all the news that you've mentioned right now, I've started to be pretty bullish. I knew about the community because of the cult, like the cult community. Yeah, that's what I like to invest, and I'm probably gonna buy Hex.
Okay.
And yeah, that's your fault.
Now we have an interesting person with us. Can you please say your name and how long you've been in crypto?
Yeah, my name is Basil Salah. I've been in crypto for, this is my 5th year.
I mean, like we spoke earlier, I'm fully in the Pulsechain ecosystem for the past 2 years, and you are one of the only people who knew Richard Hart. I've interviewed like 10 people, and no one, they knew Hex, but they didn't know Richard Hart.
I see him get interviewed all the time.
Yeah.
And I think there was a controversy with him at one time. I don't remember what it was. I can't say I've invested, but I know people that really believe in him because he's been successful a number of times.
Yeah. He has like 5 coins now. I'll just explain. I'll do one word as for all the coins, so you can. It's easy. So the first coin is Pulsechain.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's the exact copy of Ethereum. It's a layer 1 that is faster and cheaper. Then you have Pulsex. That you know Uniswap, right?
Yes.
It's the exact copy of Uniswap, but it's faster and cheaper. And
so it's kind of like the DeFi exchange for Pulse.
DeFi exchange for Pulse.
Okay.
And then you have Hex, store of value, just like Bitcoin.
Okay.
And then you have Ink. If you stake any 2 coins, you get a reward in Ink, incentive token.
Wow.
And then the 5th one, this is the most controversial one. It's called PDAI.
Yeah.
It's the
how to spell it for me?
PDAI.
PDAI. I've heard it.
People don't think that's his coin, but it's a coin on Pulsechain. You know the stable coin DAI, right?
Yes. Yes.
So there has always been like 3 major stable coins: USDT, USDC, and DAI.
Right.
And there is a conspiracy theory which actually happened that the DAI founder from Ethereum, he was killed like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Rumored by the government for creating a decentralized stable coin.
Wow.
And now the MakerDAO ecosystem that is in control of DAI, they became centralized on Ethereum. But all the coins that were on Ethereum were copied into Pulsechain when Pulsechain launched.
Wow.
So the PDAI here, it is having a price discovery, and people are speculating that it might be the first decentralized stable coin on the planet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So
it's very interesting. He has his own kind of ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's like kind of managing your risk or having asset allocation. Here's my stable coin. Here's my L1. Here's my DeFi for the L1.
It's like building a country.
Yeah.
And
wow, that's very interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I mean, people are not supposed to know it. That's how we know we're early.
Right. And it sounds from what you've said, I mean, this is a nice ecosystem. And somebody that has a proven track record, which you can't say that for most crypto owners.
The PDAI is the most speculative one. Right. Even the people in Pulsechain, they hate PDAI. Many people, they hate PDAI. They believe it will destroy Pulsechain. They think it will be like Terra Luna. PDAI will create a Terra Luna for Pulsechain.
Is it backed by anything? Or is it
nothing right now? Okay. But there is like a rumor. You know, like we have USDT. It's backed by the US dollar and the company. And USDC is backed by USDT and the dollar. But DAI was initially on Ethereum, backed by only Ethereum, USDT, and the USDT, I think. But now the DAI on Pulsechain, it is backed by, people speculate, it will be backed only by Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Pulsechain. So it will be the first coin backed by only crypto.
Wow, that's interesting.
So right now it's at like $0.02. It's like 500x away from $1.
Wow.
So, and Richard has lots of money. He can collateralize it. If it goes to the top, he can peg it at the top. So that's the speculation. I mean, Pulsechain itself is speculation, and you have something way more speculative. After everything I told you, like, what do you think about the ecosystem? If you were like a new investor who just looked at it from the outside,
I was considering it before. I just didn't do it. I'll be honest with you. The owner sometimes comes off as being very
cocky.
Very cocky. I didn't want to say that, but it comes off as being cocky. And sometimes you worry about that when somebody is cocky. But I knew that he had a positive track record. He's done well. He stood his ground against all the naysayers, and people have tried to label him as, like you said, like the same as the founders of the Terra Luna, like a rug pull.
Yeah, just like one last thing. In the last bull market, the entire crypto market was worth like $2.8 trillion, and Hex itself was $286 billion. That's like exactly 10% of the entire crypto. And like just a few years ago, in one of his videos, he said that he wants to create a million millionaires. That's like $1 trillion in value. So people speculate that this time crypto can hit $10 trillion. So he wants to create $1 trillion in value. He wants to be 10% of the market again. So do you think that could be possible? Because he has so much money.
Anything is possible. I think it's just a matter of adoption.
Yeah.
And he's well known.
Yeah.
The story you gave me is a very good story. I haven't heard.
Okay.
I think if I would have heard that story from that perspective, I would have been more encouraged to take Pulse and the four other tokens more seriously.
What does your company usually do, and what is the name of your company?
Yeah, so the company is like Strajanos Partners. We started in London 3 years ago, like as a proprietary trading company.
Okay.
So basically, we deploy in-house like our trading algorithms. We are specialized in high frequency tradings and market making.
We were speaking earlier. You said that if the liquidity is low and the supply is controlled by one person, it's easy to manipulate the market. Like, can you elaborate a little on that, please?
Yes, so basically is the main problem like in crypto markets that basically there are unfair practice like wash trading, spoofing, pump and dump schemes that are very like easy to deploy into the market.
Yeah, for the past 2.5 years, I've been in an ecosystem. It's called Hex ecosystem. Like I told you, I want to show you the liquidity on Hex. Can you see and tell me if it's manipulated or not? Is that cool?
Yes.
So, can you look at this chart of Pulsex and tell me if the chart is manipulated? Like, what do you think of the chart? 1 second. Yeah, this one. Just go to the daily chart or yearly chart and see if it's manipulated. It's been at the same price for a long time, right? So, do you think someone is playing around with the price?
Yeah, I think that they like at the first outlook, basically they at the moment lose 70% of the value.
Yeah.
They are around 70, much more than 50.
Yeah.
The same graph, so it's repeated graph. So it's like the scheme that's okay. We are doing a pump after a dump, and after like where it was as the minimum, they rebuy this own token, and of course start to pump because maybe the people thinks okay it's going to pump again, and when reached all time high, it's the same dump. So I think, and now of course like maybe correlated to the pump of the last days is continue to increase. But yes, I think that it can be manipulated, of course.
But do you know that only one person owns 90% of the supply?
Yeah, and no, I don't know, but of course,
Like,
for this,
no,
the
that is the truth. Like, one person owns 90% of the supply in this.
yeah, okay, so it's, I think
So,
that is manipulated and it's like.
So, what's your name?
My name is Sasha. And you?
Sasha, hi, I'm Sujan.
Nice
to meet you.
Yeah.
So you've been in crypto for like 10 years, and do you know the coin Hex or Richard Hart?
No, I don't know.
No. If I told you like this is like the next Ethereum, it could do 100x, 1000x in like 1.5 year. Would you be interested in just trying to understand it, trying to look into it?
Yes, sure. Is it possible to buy it on Revolut?
No, right now you can't. No.
Okay, why?
You use MetaMask, right?
I only use Revolut to invest.
If it's already on a centralized exchange, then you're too late
Okay.
to buy the coin.
Yeah.
So it's better to buy it when it's on a decentralized exchange like MetaMask or something like that.
Okay.
This is a screenshot from 2021. Hex was the third largest cryptocurrency on the planet in 2021. So the first largest one was Bitcoin, the second one was Ethereum, and third was Hex with a market cap of $286 billion.
Okay.
What do you think about this? Do you think this is crazy? Like having right under Ethereum, it was the second largest,
Yeah, very crazy.
and now the price is down like 98%.
Okay.
And the same founder, he raised like $1.5 billion and he bought Ethereum. He raised money for creating Pulsechain. Pulsechain is an exact copy of Ethereum, but it's cheaper and faster than Ethereum. So that is the money he raised. And people believe he will sell his Ethereum when Ethereum price goes up, and he will rotate it back into Hex and Pulsechain, and he will pump the shit out of Pulsechain and Hex.
Okay.
So like learning about all this, do you think it's interesting, or it might be good to buy these Pulse Chain or Hex?
I think yes. Invest.
Yeah, the conference just ended, and I'm back in my room now. And I'll just give you a summary of what happened and what we should do as a reaction to what happened in the conference. So, I interviewed like 20 people, and only like 5 of them let me record the videos. And after speaking to all those people, I realized that none of them own any Hex, Pulse Chain, or any of the coins that we own. And the second most important thing is only a few people knew about the chain or Richard Hart. So we are super early to the chain. So it's crazy how we are in the middle of 2025 and still a lot of people don't know about Pulse Chain. That's probably because Ethereum has been doing very badly. We have to see the price of Ethereum to go up for Pulse Chain to get some recognition. I know it sucks to wait for so long. It is terrible to just keep holding on to these bags that don't move up and just move sideways or keep moving down. But you have to keep holding on because you know what is on the other side. So that's all that matters. Just hold on to your coins and don't let anyone liquidate you. Don't let any news or any FUD make you sell any of your coins. After attending this conference, I realized that we have been like isolated. We are like a complete niche in the crypto community. And that is actually very good because in 2021 as well, Hex was completely different until it pumped and then everyone talked about it. So that is what is happening right now. So I will be going to many conferences that happen anywhere around the world, and I'll be talking to people and trying to onboard people into Pulse Chain. And in the next 2 3 months, I don't think there are any conferences happening in Dubai because the temperature is getting too hot. July and August are the peak temperatures of Dubai. So I think people will be moving around to other places. There are conferences happening in South Korea, Singapore, US, and I will be traveling to these places and attending the conferences and recording videos and trying to onboard as many people as possible. Finally, before I end this, I know it is super hard to hold on to your coins when Trump is introducing tariffs every week and when there is a war starting every month and you have all these fluctuations and FUD happening with Ethereum. But you have to hold on to your coins. There is no other way. Make as much money as you can and buy more Pulse Chain, PulseX, Hex, Inc., PWBTC, and PDI, and whatever coins you like. Just keep buying as much as you can because you know what is on the other side. And hopefully, by the end of this year, we can see Ethereum doing well and maybe Pulse Chain breaking its all time highs. So, yeah, I'll be uploading more videos here and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.